Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? No, no boys and girls. These videos are not meant for kids. It's just us boys, adults, young adults. Well, I'm not young, but we're just chilling out in the garage, relaxing, having a couple of snacks, and we got a new project on our hands. This is my HPI Wr8 Nitro. It's got a nice little 3.0 nitro engine in it, and it handles and performs amazingly. But I do like to drive these things very, very hard. So as you can tell, this bad boy has taken on some damage. I've already modified the body, flared out the, well, I didn't flare these out. I just cut out the wheel wells to allow a little bit more clearance and prevent some of the larger rocks from getting stuck in the wheel well, and eventually they would have torn up my body. But today we have a special treat. Check this out. Now, the idea behind this project is to increase my clearance. As you can see, this car sits pretty low, even though it's a rally car. It has some pretty decent clearance, but still, I could use some more. And the reason why is because if I flip this over, you'll start to see that, I'm taking on some very heavy damage. I'm still going to take on damage, but my tires, at least, they could be saved if I had a little bit more meat on these tires. Not only that, my chassis will probably not be getting blasted so hard if I had a little bit more clearance on the approach angle. I do like to run these on gravel and grass and rocks and wherever I can. I don't baby these cars at all. They're for playing, and I play hard with these. I take my boy out with me and my little girl. They're still toddlers, and I let them have it. And they abuse the crap out of these cars. But we'll do it responsibly. However, what I'm trying to illustrate here is that I gotta do what I gotta do to keep these things running as much and as long as possible. So with that nugget of knowledge and a little bit of a backstory as to why I am doing this, we're going to introduce these tires and adapt them. Well, I don't think we'll need a lot of adapting. I've already cut out the body, as I mentioned before, so I don't think we'll have a lot of clearance issues, but as you can see, these tires are significantly bigger. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think, once I put these on and try them out and see how it handles off-road. I think on-road, it's going to be a little squirrely just because these are soft. These are cheap Chinese tires off of eBay. I'll leave a link to where I got these below. Let me know if you know a better place to get these type of tires. These are 95 millimeter tire width overall, and the inside is, I believe, 55 on the inner rim diameter, I guess I should say, and a 12 millimeter hex, as you can see there. Now, I already took these out of the packaging and I glued these. I am extremely impatient and I want to get these on as quickly as possible. So without further ado, let's get this ball rolling. All right, so as I mentioned, I don't foresee a lot of issues. I was very careful in measuring the clearance that I have and try to determine what's the widest tire that I can use for this car. It's kind of a weird car because it's marketed as a 1/8 scale. However, it's smaller than my 1/10 short course truck. So I'm not sure what it's going on there, but overall, 1/10 tires do not fit this vehicle, and 1/8 tires are too big for it as well. So I was lucky to find these on eBay. As I said, I'll put a link to this eBay store below. I am not affiliated with them, but they did happen to have the right tire and wheel combination that I need. So, all right, let's crack this bad boy open and get started. All right. Ooh, getting pretty dirty. Time to clean it up. Maybe by the end of this video, we'll see a nice and clean WRX on our hands. But for now, it's still pretty dirty. We just took these out just a day ago, and we hit up a new park here in Buckeye. It's a lot of ranch land out here, but they're turning them into new developments. You know, it's cool. Makes property prices increase. The good news is that we're getting a ton of new parks, and with new developments comes new parks that no one is using yet. So me and the kids take the RC cars and the rockets and all the fun stuff to all these parks, and no one's there to bother us. We can do and play with whatever we want until everybody moves in. Then what are you gonna do, right? All right. So as I said before, the bottom is extremely beat up. That's just the way it's gonna be. That's the way it's gonna go. Let me get a jack. Let's put this thing on the jack stand and remove these tires. All right. Got my jack here. Now, as you can see, these are just 7mm lock nuts. I usually use this wrench here. I bought it off of Home Depot. Yeah, yep, Home Depot. I can put a link to the product itself, so that way, if you want to get something like this, it makes it super easy to get to the wheel nuts. Long reach, strong, compact. I really like it. However, that's distracting me. Let's get to the wheels. All right, number one. Oops. And I don't think these are directional at all. I see that the tread pattern does have a bilateral direction. So if I wanted to be a bit more careful and make sure to match that, and just by accident, the tread does match from side to side. So I got lucky there. However, I don't know if it necessarily matters. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know if there is a difference if I were to either mess up or match these patterns correctly. Still a noob, I don't know yet. And before we put the last one on, let's do a quick size comparison. As you can see that these new tires are significantly bigger. However, they are significantly weaker. The weakest point, I think, is the spokes. They don't have enough backing material on the back, and I think that's going to be my weak spot. But these are about $20 for the rim and tire 4-piece set. So I mean, for $20 you get 4, and I guess at this point, not that we can afford to waste money, but it becomes a little more manageable if things were to break. Usually if something breaks on my cars, I let them sit for a little while until I can afford to get the right part, because money doesn't grow on trees, folks. Doesn't matter what your politician of choice tries to tell you. All right, look at this thing. It's already looking awesome. Doesn't even have a body yet. Let's take it off the jack stand and see what we have here. Ooh, baby, look at this thing. Look how much ground clearance we have now. I mean, it's not going to be stay up that high, but we definitely increase the ground clearance by, I want to say, over a ½ inch. And that's going to be extremely helpful. Because now my approach angle is going to be a lot higher. And if I were to skip over a pebble or a larger rock, it's not going to have the same impact on my chassis and my suspension parts, I don't think. So let's put the body back on and see how it looks. All right, look at this thing. The body is now on, and look at how much clearance this thing has. There's still going to be some sort of interference issue, I think, when I'm fully bottomed out. The rear seems fine. The front's a little rough. We're just gonna have to play it by ear, right? It's just kind of a trial thing. I hope to get more usability out of it without breaking too many things, but the first thing to break might just be the body. It'll be a bummer, but again, I buy these things to use them and to run them and run them hard. So if it starts to break a little bit more, I might just modify the body to be more of a cutout and turn it more into a buggy. I know it won't fit the scale design of the vehicle, but again, whenever I do have the money and the time, I can always pick up another body and start from scratch. But in the meantime, this is going to be a romper, basher, insane thrasher. Look at this thing. I'm in love with it already. Can't wait to take it out. All right, now let's take one last look at this beast. Would you bash or trash? I'm definitely going to bash this thing. I think it's going to break within the first run, but it's worth the shot. And for 20 bucks, I was able to transform this already awesome vehicle from a 10 to an 11. So let me know how you would do this differently if you had a chance. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I personally love it. I can't wait to run it, and it's just going to be an amazing time. The only thing that I would change is maybe look at getting a different body just so that I don't trash this one. And then looking at a higher quality rim. I think the tires are going to be okay, but the rims, I'm just worried about those. They will snap. Guaranteed. The way that I drive these things, and I'm not going to stop driving them like that. I think it's going to be one of those failure points that hopefully it breaks before any other suspension part breaks. But overall, for 20 bucks, I got more usability out of this car, and that's what it's all about, so that we can enjoy our hard-earned toys with our hard-earned money. All right, guys and ladies. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again next time.